Welcome back to part 3 of your 6-part series to build strength through the yoga practice. In this class we're going to focus on upper body strength, what means chest, shoulders, arms, a little bit of upper back. So let's get started. If you have a block, great, grab it straight away. If you don't have one, all these classes are designed to be done without one. I give you options to use a block to make things easier or harder. We're going to come into Virasana. You can do this without the block by just sitting back onto your heels. If you have a block, place it on the middle setting in between your ankles, and then let your sitting bones find the support. If you can't sit like this, you can also do the beginning of the class standing, and then join us just standing. All right, so feel yourself sit up tall. And let the hands come into your lap. And just for a brief moment, close down through your eyes as you let yourself arrive in space. Begin to notice your breath. Direct your breath into your shoulders, your arms. Feel your shoulders and arms relax. You're going to work them for the next 20 minutes or so. So before we get cracking, just take a moment to observe. To observe and to relax. To notice how they feel. And then begin to gently blink open your eyes. Reach the left fingertips out towards the side. On the inhale, reach the right arm up and over. Opening up through the right shoulder, the right outer side. Keeping the right hip grounded, reaching the right fingertips over towards your left. If you do this standing, continue to press down into the right foot as you reach over your head. Next inhale, come back towards center and we swap. Right fingertips come down, left arm reaches up and over. Keeping the left sitting bone grounded. And then come back towards center, both arms lift up. And then bend your elbows, bring your hands onto your shoulders. And then bring the elbows forward together to touch. Now circle them down towards your chest. Bring them apart and then we go full circles. Do as big of a circle as you can with your elbows, draw them together in front of you. And then go at your own pace. Move mindful. That might mean you move a little bit slower. Next time your elbows touch, we just reverse the circle. Next time the elbows come up, bring them together to touch, and then lift your forearms up and bring the palms together. Forearms touching, palms are touching. See if you can lift the elbows up in line with your shoulders. Now press the elbow tips into one another and see if you can split the palms apart just an inch. Maybe you can just look in between your palms. Elbows keep hugging together. Elbows lift up high, same height as your shoulders. Next inhale, come into a cactus shape, open your elbows out towards the side, keep a 90-degree bend, lift up through the chest, elbows in line with your shoulders. Take one more breath in. Exhale, bring the forearms together in front of you. Then inhale, split the palms apart, elbows keep pressing into one another. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, open the chest up, lift up through the heart, elbows stay in line with your shoulders. Let's do that a couple more times with the breath. Take a breath in. Exhale, forearms come together. Inhale, split the palms apart. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, open up through the chest. Exhale, forearms come together. Inhale, split the palms apart. Stay for the exhale. Keep lifting the elbows. Inhale, open up through the chest. Catch those arms. 2 more times. Forearms together. Inhale to split the palms apart. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, open up through the chest. One last time. Exhale, forearms together, elbows stay together. Inhale to split the palms, stay for the exhale. Inhale, open up through the chest. And then exhale, release. Good stuff. Shake out your hands. And then we're going to find our way into an all-fours position. Come off the block. If you're standing, come into all fours. And then tuck your toes under. Move your hands slightly back towards your knees. And then shift your weight forward over your wrists. Exhale, let the hips come back towards your heels. We're just warming up the wrists. Inhale to come forward. Exhale to sit back. Just a couple of times, rocking back and forth. Come for another 3, 2, 1, and let the hips come back towards your heels. Fingers turn outwards, and then the same thing. Shift forward over your wrists. Exhale to shift back. Just a couple of times. Come for another 3, 2, 1, and then this time hips come back. Middle fingers pointing towards one another. Internal rotation as you shift forward, and then back. See if you can keep your elbows straight. And then one more time, shifting forward and back. Then now flip the fingers towards your knees. And then shift forward. On the exhale, let the hips come back towards your heels. Maybe the palms of the hands lift up. And you decide if you want to bend one elbow and then the other. Stretching out the forearms. And then flip the hands back around. Sit back onto your heels. And then just shake out the wrists. Being attacked by beetles here. All right, and stop. Come back forward. All-fours position. Knees come underneath the hips. Hands come underneath the shoulders. And then make good contact with your palms. So see how much skin contact you can make with your palms, pressing all 10 knuckles down. Fingers are spread evenly. Now lock out your elbows. Turn the triceps towards the back of the room. Eyes of the elbows move forward. Now keep keep the arms as they are. Keep your spine as it is. And only let your chest move down towards the floor, feeling the shoulder blades pull together behind you. And then press into the palms. Arms stay straight the entire time as you move the shoulder blades apart. So they're called scapular push-ups. Inhale, maybe the chest moves down, shoulder blades move together. Exhale to spread the shoulder blades wide, letting the chest slide up towards the ceiling. You join your breath, your movement. You decide what is the inhale for you, what is the exhale for you. Just continuing to do a couple of scapular push-ups. It's probably the easiest push-up we do all class. Arms stay straight. The only thing that is moving is your chest falls in between your arms and lifts back out. Shoulder blades move together and spread apart. If you thought you could do an upper body class without any push-ups, I'm sorry to disappoint you. You'll be okay. Couple more times. Just these small little movements, spreading the shoulder blades apart, pulling them together as you come down. One more time. And then press out and step the hands forward. Tuck the toes under, find your downward facing dog as you lift the hips up and back. And then walk it out on the spot, press one heel down at a time. Keep pressing the floor away, maximum skin contact with your palms as you slowly find stillness with your legs. Heels move down towards the ground. They don't have to touch the floor, but they move in that direction. The thighs move back in space. And then prioritize your upper body. So pressing down into your palms, lifting out of your shoulders, lifting the bum up high, moving the chest back towards your thighs. And if you feel like you have a dome in your back, or you can't move the chest back, bend your knees a little bit, and then let the heart move back towards your thighs. So rather have you in a straight line from your wrists to your hips with knees bent instead of legs straight but your upper body is completely out of line. And take one more breath here. Next, inhale, roll forward through the spine, coming into plank. Letting the shoulders arrive over the wrists. Keep pressing the floor away. Eyes of the elbows move towards the front of the mat. One more breath in, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do that a couple of times. Inhale to roll forward, come into plank. Exhale to lift the hips back and up, downward facing dog. 2 more times. Moving with your breath, inhale to come forward. Exhale to shift back, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, roll forward into plank. And then for this first one, lower your knees down towards the ground. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down, elbows hug in towards your ribs, lower yourself all the way down towards the floor. Kick back for the toes, press into the palms, inhale, cobra pose, peel the chest off the floor, shoulders move away from the floor. Exhale, lower back down. So a couple of times, inhale, peel the heart off the floor, shoulder blades move together behind you. Exhale to lower. Inhale to peel up. And this time press into the palms as you shift back over hands and knees, slide the toes under, downward facing dog. Let's begin to add on here. Next inhale, roll forward into plank. You can always stay with the first variation of lowering the knees down, or this time on the exhale, lower down in one piece, everything touches down at the same time. Inhale, cobra pose, peel the chest off the floor. Exhale to push back over hands and knees, find your downward facing dog. And we add on, inhale to roll forward, plank pose. And on the exhale, lower halfway down, chaturanga. Hold here, keep lifting the shoulders away from the floor. And then lower all the way down, kick back for the toes, inhale, cobra pose, peel the chest off the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog. And the next inhale, begin to walk the hands back towards your feet. Having a little visitor here. Hello, Tanita. And then come into a forward fold, grab opposite elbows, let the spine hang off the hips, let the head hang off the neck. Letting the shoulders relax. Take one more breath in. Exhale, slowly let go of your elbows and then begin the process of rolling up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Let the head be heavy, let the arms be heavy. Let the head come up last. And then on the inhale, reach your arms up over your head. Grab the right forearm with the left hand. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, reach over towards your left. Stretching out the right side. Next inhale, come back towards center. Swap forearms, exhale, lean over towards the right. And inhale, come back up towards center. Exhale, circle the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers at the base of the spine. Then take a breath in, lift up through the heart. Keep pulling the shoulder blades together behind you. Take one more breath in. Exhale, fold over your legs, soften through the knees. Let the arms come over your head. And then draw the inner shoulders away from the ears. Let yourself grow longer through the neck. Breathe into the shoulders. Take one more breath in. On the exhale, let the hands travel down the back of your legs all the way down to the ground. Take an inhale, lengthen halfway. Hands can slide up the shins. Exhale, hands ground down. Walk yourself out into the plank. We're going to go for 3 push-ups here, so you can lower the knees down if you need to. I really encourage you to start without them. Then hug the elbows in towards center as you slowly lower halfway down, and then press back up. Lower halfway down, and then press back up. One last time, lower halfway down, Press back up, plank pose. Stay here. Now side plank the feet over towards the left. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Keep pressing down into the left palm. Maximum skin contact through that left palm. Next inhale, reach the right arm forward. Exhale, right hand comes back down to the ground. Let the heels come over towards the right. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Keep pressing down into the right palm. Stabilizing through the right shoulder. Inhale, reach the left arm forward. Then on the exhale, bring the left hand back down and lower the left forearm down, followed by the right. Coming into forearm plank. Keep the core engaged. Now look forward in between your thumbs. Begin to come high into the tippy toes as you tap your nose in between your thumbs and then shift back. A couple more times. Inhale to come forward and shift back. 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 2 more. Shift forward and back. Forward, hold, and shift back. Take 1 more breath in. Exhale, lower the hips down towards the ground. Let the chest melt down towards the floor. And then reach the right arm out towards the side. Come into the onto the fingertips. Bend the left knee. And then roll over towards your left. Keeping the right hand in line with the right shoulder. Straight out towards the side. Keeping the side of the head relaxed. Breathing into the spine, breathing into the right shoulder. And then come back through center, changing sides, left arm out towards the side, hand in line with the shoulder, tips of the right fingers, bending the right knee as you roll towards your left. And then come back towards center. Come back onto your forearms. And then keep the palms grounded down. You can use a block if you like and place it in between your index fingers. So just the tips of the index finger go onto the 2 short edges of the block. That keeps your hands parallel with your elbows, parallel with your shoulders. Then tuck your toes under. Lift your kneecaps off the floor, lift your hips off the floor, come back into your forearm plank. Now you can either stay here or begin to tiptoe the feet in as you begin to lift the hips up high. Coming into dolphin pose. Keep pressing the forearms down, lift out of the shoulders, keep the head off the floor. And then join me for the nose tap. So look forward towards the blocks or your thumbs. Come high into the tippy toes, shift forward, tap your nose, and shift back. Shift forward, maybe the forehead touches the block, and back. Continue like this on your own. What's your attitude when I don't tell you how many you have to do? Just keep going at your own pace. Go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to dolphin. Now press down into your palms, look in between your thumbs, and then see you can peel both elbows off the floor, come back to downward facing dog. They're called dolphin push-ups. All right, let's do them one more time. So wrapping both elbows down at the same time, bring the forearms back down to the floor. Then press into the palms, legs are active as you peel them off the ground. And then walk the hands back towards your feet, forward fold, back of the mat. Wrapping opposite elbows, letting the spine hang off the hips. Gentle sway side to side. Take 1 more breath in. The exhale, let go of your elbows, slowly roll up the spine once more. Arms are relaxed, shoulders are relaxed. The inhale, arms reach up towards the ceiling. Grab the right forearm once more and then lean over towards the left. Inhale to center. Swap sides, exhale towards the right. Inhale towards center, exhale, circle the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers, knuckles draw down, heart lifts up. Take one more breath in. Exhale to fold forward. Let the head be heavy, let the arms come over your back. Continue to breathe. Take one more breath in. On the exhale, let the hands come slowly down the back of your legs. Take it into a halfway lift. And on the exhale, hands ground down, walk yourself back out into plank pose. We do this one more time, finding our way all the way down towards the ground. So as you arrive in plank, this time we go for as many as we can, or we just go for as long till I say we're going to do another 3. So begin to slowly start your push-ups, knees can be on the ground. Lowering halfway down and then pressing back up. Going smooth. And we go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to your plank. Then side plank your heels over towards the left. Right arm reaches up. Stable through the left shoulder. Inhale, reach the right arm forward. Exhale, circle the hand back down. Swap sides. Heels go over towards the right. Left arm reaches up. Keep pressing out of the left hand. Inhale, reach the left arm forward. Circle the hand back down towards the floor. Set the left forearm down, followed by the right. Forearm plank. Now look in between the thumbs. 5 times. Shift forward, tap your nose, and shift back. Forward, tap your nose, and shift back. Forward, tap your nose, and shift back one last time. And back, forearm plank, one more breath in, and then lower it down towards the ground. Good stuff. Let the chest come down, then reach the right arm back out towards the side. This time you can decide if you want to keep it straight or you bend it 90 degrees. So you come into this half cactus shape and bend the left knee, roll over towards the right. Side of the head is relaxed. Bend in the elbow just deepens the sensation in the chest, intensifies the stretch. And then come back through center, changing over towards the other side. Left arm out, bend through the left elbow if you like. Bending the right knee, roll over towards your left. Side of the head is relaxed on the ground. You have too tight if your neck's too tight, you can also utilize your block and place it underneath your head. Let's see if you can just let the side of the head rest down onto the ground. And then come back to its center. Going to come back into the forearm, onto the forearms. Going to have to do one more dolphin. So you decide, once again, you can use a block as a ruler to keep your hands and your elbows parallel with your shoulders, and come back into your forearm plank. Walk the feet in, come into your dolphin, hips lift up high, head stays off the ground. Well, we're not going to do any nose taps, but we're going to do 3 dolphin push-ups. So press into the palms, legs are active, and then peel both elbows off the floor at the same time. Downward facing dog, then wrap the elbows towards one another as the forearms come back down. Press and lift them up. One more time, roll it down and up. And this time come high into the tippy toes as you walk yourself forward. Feet come out wide and then squat down. Malasana squat. Good stuff. Let the elbows come to the inside of your knees. Draw the palms together in prayer in front of your heart. Lift up through the chest. If squat itself is too hard for you, block is here to help you to sit on. You can also lift the heels up and then come more into a crouch position with the fingers reaching forward. Actually, let's all do that. Let the fingertips come down, lift the heels up, and then crawl the fingertips away from your hips. Let the ears come in line with your upper arms. Let the tailbone be heavy. And then as you walk the hands back, let the bum melt down onto the floor. Let the hands come behind you, fingers pointing towards your bum, feet about hip-width distance apart. Lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Gentle rocks back and forth in this reverse tabletop. And then begin to slowly lower the hips down towards the ground and bring them right down behind your heels. And then as the hips touch down, straighten your elbows, lift up through the heart, shoulders draw back behind you. Now keep the lift of the heart as you begin to slowly bend into your elbows. Think of chaturanga behind you. You don't have to bend the elbows a lot, but the elbows want to move in towards center. At the same time, keep lifting up through the heart, shoulder blades draw back. Breathe into the front of the chest. Take one more breath in. Stay for the exhale. And straighten your arms again. Lift the hips up to hover and then hover them halfway in between feet and hands. On the inhale, reach your arms forward. Exhale, slowly roll down onto your back. Let the spine come down. Bring the feet behind you and press into the floor. Lift the hips off the floor. And then, if you like, you can interlace the hands underneath you. If interlacing the hands for you doesn't work because you just can't bring the hands together, you can also hold onto the outer edges of your mat and then pull the mat apart, press the feet into the floor, and then lift the heart up towards the ceiling. Shoulder blades draw together behind you. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, slowly roll the spine down. Hug the knees into the chest. And then open your arms out wide in a T shape. Palms can face up, palms can face down. And then let the knees come over towards the right. Letting the left shoulder blade stay on the ground. You can take the right hand on top of the left outer thigh. And then trying to find the middle point of keeping the left shoulder grounded, but at the same time moving the knees over to the other side. Sometimes it's just not possible to do both. So try to work either the shoulder or the legs, whatever is not on the ground. Just there's this slight effort, and it's more an effort in the way that you begin to surrender to gravity, to let that left shoulder blade slide down. At the same time, let the legs be heavy. There's more effort to surrender instead of that there's effort to push the body into a certain shape. Next inhale, come back to center. And then let the legs fall over to the other side. Once again, the left hand can come on the outside of the right thigh. Continuing that process of drawing the right shoulder blade down towards the floor. At the same time, letting the legs move towards the other side. Breathing into the twist. And then come back towards center. Hug both knees into the chest. And then let yourself come into Savasana. Let the legs extend straight down the mat. And then let them come to the outer edges of your mat. And just because we did upper body today, You can either have the hands just beside your body, palms facing up. What you can also do, you can have the palms out wide like you're in a T shape. If it feels relatively comfortable and the arms are not hovering in space, you can extend the arms over your head or anywhere in a V shape. In whatever shape you chose, let yourself surrender into Savasana. It means corpse pose. Letting your wrists and your hands get heavy, elbows get heavy, upper arms. The arms over your head, don't let them hover in space. Just let them come slightly down to a point where you can let them fully go. And letting your shoulders ease, chest relax, back of the head, the entire head, your face, your entire torso, ribs, abdomen, hips, legs, knees, calves, ankles and feet. Letting your body surrender into the floor. Savasana. Remain as you are. If at any stage the arms over your head take away from you being able to relax, let them come back down by your side. It's just a really nice thing to do, to have your arms over your shoulders, because we don't really do it nowadays. Working on laptops and computers, desks, everything is below our shoulders, so it can feel quite nice and quite illuminating to have the arms just over your shoulders. I'm going to leave you here in Savasana. Stay for as long as you like. If you have an extra minute or two to rest in stillness, let yourself be here. Let yourself observe and then finish the practice in a way that is meaningful to you. Thank you so much for your time, your effort, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.